to ReBalance Physiotherapy Pilates at Home. This is going to be the level 2 class. For today's class, you just need a mat, a headrest, 2 light weights, and then a foam roller or a small ball if you have one, just to make the bridges harder. So we'll get started with the warm-up. We'll start off on our hands and knees. So knees directly below hips, hands directly below shoulders. Starting off by dropping the ribcage down, arching the back, looking up in front. And then rounding out the spine all the way, looking down between the knees. Dropping the ribcage down, arching the back, looking up in front. And rounding out the spine, looking down between the knees. Again, dropping the ribcage down, arching the back and looking up in front. And once more, rounding out the spine, looking down between the knees. Then coming to a neutral flat back position, straighten out the right leg behind and the left arm in front. Small circles with the arm and leg. Make sure you draw your belly button in towards your spine to activate your core. And try to keep a nice flat back. And lower down, left leg, right arm. Small circles, again drawing the belly button in towards your spine. And lower down, shifting all the way to the left, straighten out the right leg and the right arm. Once you have your balance, small circles with the arm and leg. And lower down, shifting the weight to the right side, straighten out the left leg and the left arm. And then small circles again, keeping the hips parallel to the mat. And lower down. Dig the toes in underneath, pinch the shoulders back, lift the knees up, and bring the right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the right shoulder, right hand, left hand, right, left, right, left, right, left. One more on the right, one more on the left, and lower down. Pinch shoulders back, dig the toes in, lift the knees up, lift up the right foot, and the left, right, left, right, left, right, left. One more on the right, one more on the left, and lower down. Then we're going to come into a high plank. So walking the feet back, coming to a nice flat position here. Your back, make sure that the hips aren't up or dropping down. So you want your back to be in a nice straight line. Then we're going to bring the right knee to the left elbow, left knee to the right. Right knee, left, right, left. One more on the right, one more on the left. And rest the knees down. Bring the knees apart, nice and wide. Sit back onto the heels, stretching out the shoulders and the back into child's pose. Walk the right hand underneath the left arm and lean to the right to stretch out the shoulder on the right. And then left arm under the right arm, leaning your weight to the left. And then we'll come onto our backs and warm up the core with a few toe taps. So starting off by imprinting the spine, bringing the legs into tabletop, shoulders are relaxed, gently tap the right foot down, and then the left, alternating each side, really soft taps. If you want to make this harder, holding both arms up in front as you tap the left foot, bring the right arm back, and then right leg, left arm. This is called dead bug. So reaching back, opposite arm, opposite leg. Good. Make sure you're pushing the rib cage down. Make sure it doesn't flare as you reach back. Good. One more on each side. And then squeeze the legs together, tapping both feet down and coming back to tabletop. Keeping the spine imprinted. If you want to make this harder again, lifting the arms up. As you tap the toes, reach the arms back. Just bringing in the upper abdominals a bit more. If you prefer to leave your arms down, that's okay as well. Just focus on keeping the spine imprinted. 3 more. 2. And 1. And resting down. Then we're just going to warm up with a couple glute bridges. So we're going to imprint the spine, lift the hips up, squeeze the glutes, and lower down. Imprint and lift, and lower, imprint and lift, and lower, imprint and lift, and lower. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Keep the hips up, bring the right leg into tabletop, and lower, and then the left leg. So now we're doing a combination of a glute bridge with toe taps. Good, keep the hips up nice and high. Keep alternating. 2 more on each side. And last one. And lower down. Then we'll grab either the roller, or if you have a ball, that's good as well. Or you can even just keep the feet down flat on the mat if you don't have either. And we'll start off with the elbows on the mat, hands on the rib cage. Imprinting the spine, lifting up, and lower. Imprint and lift, and lower. Good. Make sure you get the hips up. Imprint and lift. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1 more. And lower. And then cross the arms across the chest. Shoulders relaxed. Imprint the spine, lift the hips up, and lower. Imprint and lift, and lower. Imprint and lift, and lower. Imprint and lift, and lower. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and last one. And lower down. And then we'll move on to some single leg bridges. So either moving the roller or ball under the right foot, or just keeping it flat on the mat. Then we'll bring the left knee in towards your chest. Arms down by your side. Keeping the knee in nice and tight. Imprint, lifting the hips up, and nice and controlled on the way down. Imprint and lift, and lower. Imprint and lift, lower. Good. Imprint and lift, and lower. We have 4 more. 3, 2, and 1 more. And then switching sides, so right knee into the chest, arms side by your side, left foot on the roller or ball. Imprinting, lifting the hips up, and lower. Imprint and lift, and lower. Lift, and lower. 5 more. Keep the knee into the chest. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then switching back over. So right foot back on the ball or roller. And then left knee in. And then we'll bring the elbows on the mat. Hands on the rib cage. Imprinting the spine, lifting the hips up. And nice and controlled on the way down. Imprint and lift. And lower. Imprint and lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1 more. And switching back over. Right knee into the chest, left foot on the roller or ball, elbows on the mat. Imprint, lifting up and lower. Good. Try to get the hips all the way up. Imprint and lift, and lower, lift, and lower. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Last set here. Right foot back on the ball or roller. And then we'll bring the left elbow down and bring the right arm across the chest. If you want to make it harder, cross both arms. And if you want to make it easier, keep both elbows down. But see if you can try to just bring the left elbow down and the right arm across. Then we'll imprint the spine, lift the hips up, and lower. Imprint and lift, and lower, lift, and lower, lift, and lower. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. And then last single leg bridge on the left. So right elbow down and left arm across the chest. Right knee into the chest. I know this one's a little bit confusing with all the rights and lefts. Stick with me here. Imprint the spine, lift the hips up and lower. Imprint and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good, we have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and the last one. And lower, and then we'll put the ball or roller out of the way. Come onto your back, give yourself a quick rest. Then we will straighten the legs out. If you want to make it harder, grabbing a weight in each hand. Reaching the arms back, squeeze the legs together. Arms forward, chin to chest, rolling up. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders are pinched. Slowly rolling down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Reaching back. Arms forward, chin to chest, rolling up. And slowly rolling down. And rolling up. Keep the shoulders pinched the whole time as you roll down. Rolling up. And rolling down nice and slow. If you want to make it harder, reaching up. Good. Keep the arms back as you roll down. Don't let them come in front. And reaching up. Three more here. And then we'll try a few with the arms behind our head. Good. 2 more. And the last one. And then rolling down, put the weights to the side. Hands behind the head, just for 3 here. Legs press into the mat, chin to the chest, rolling up. Elbows stay out. Slowly controlling on the way down. Don't let the elbows come in. Good. Nice and slow. And 1 more. And nice and slow on the way down. Perfect. And then we'll bring the legs to tabletop. Reach the arms back. Squeeze the legs together. Grab hold of the weights if you want to make it harder. And rolling up. Shoulders pinched. Slowly rolling down. Arms forward. Rolling up. And rolling down nice and slow. Rolling up. And rolling down. So you want to make it harder, reaching up. And rolling down nice and slow. 4 more. Rolling up. And down. 3. Good. 2 more. And the last one. Rolling up, switch to one weight, tap the hands to the right, to the left. Nice soft taps, letting your body rotate. If you need to, rest the legs down, but try to keep them up if you can. Keep the legs squeezed together. 10 more seconds. Keep going, working the obliques here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees in. Rolling back. You can rock side to side, whatever feels nice. Then we'll straighten the legs out on the mat. We'll do 1 more roll up here, and then we're just going to do 2 exercises for the hip flexors. So arms forward, chin to chest, rolling up. Then we're going to bring the hands just to the side of your hips here. Sit up nice and tall, pointing the toes up to the ceiling. Tensing the quad muscles, so we're going to work the iliopsoas muscle, so one of the hip flexor muscles. Sitting up nice and tall, lift the right leg up, and nice and slow on the way down. So lifting up and lower. Try not to lean back here. Lifting up and lower, lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we're going to do the left Sitting up nice and tall again. Tensing the left thigh, lift the left leg up and lower, lift and lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're gonna do one more for the hip flexors here. This one you can sit back a bit. Straighten up the right leg, lower the right leg and lift back up. Lower and lift. Keep the shoulders pinched together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching over to the left, lower and lift. Try to keep the right leg as still as possible. 3, 4, shoulders pinched. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend the left leg. Then we'll come back onto our backs. Give you a quick rest, and then we'll do some exercises for the lower abdominals. Bring the weights, if you have them, next to you so they're handy. So the first few, we won't use any weights, but just for the last couple, we might use them. So imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs up. Small flutter kicks with the legs. Try to keep the shoulders relaxed. If you want to make this harder, you can make the kicks bigger. You can also tuck the chin to the chest, rolling forward. That's going to bring the upper abdominals into it a bit more. So whichever you choose. Nice smooth kicks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resting down. Imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, squeeze the legs together, straighten the legs up, lower the legs a few inches, lift them back up. Lower and lift, lower and lift. Keep the legs squeezed together. Lower and lift. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. And bend the knees, rest the legs down. Imprint, legs to tabletop, squeeze the legs together, straighten the legs up, slide the legs to the right and to the left. Let the legs slide on each other, keeping the spine imprinted. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Imprint, legs to tabletop, straighten up the right leg. Small circles with the right leg. Keep the left leg as still as possible. Gradually make the circles bigger, more oval shaped, really dropping that leg out to the side. And then bend the right leg, straighten up the left. Small circles with the left leg. Gradually making them bigger, more oval shaped, really letting the leg drop out to the side. And bend the knees. Rest the feet down. Imprint the spine, legs in the tabletop. Squeeze the legs together, straighten the legs up. Big circles with both legs, letting them slide on each other. Big circles. Keeping the spine imprinted. So we'll switch. We have 5 more on this side, then we'll switch directions. 3, 2, and 1. Switch directions. Try to keep the legs up if you can. You can take a small break if you need to. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest the legs down. Then grab hold of one weight if you have the weights next to you, or if you want to make it harder. Legs to tabletop, straighten the legs up, resting the weight on your shins, chin to the chest, rolling forward, reaching up towards the ankles, and halfway back down. So reaching up and lower, reaching up and lower down. So legs don't move. So really try to reach up. You can keep a bend in your knee if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Only a few more here. Legs to tabletop, straighten the legs up, reaching up towards the right leg, lower the left leg towards the mat, and then switch. Nice light touches. reaching up. Shoulders relaxed. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting down. Imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, hands behind the head, chin to the chest, rolling forward, elbows and knees in together, knees and elbows apart. In together and apart. Don't let the head move so head stays up. Hopefully you're feeling this in the abs. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Resting down. And then take your time coming onto your stomach. Put the weights at either side, just if you want to make some of the ones harder. Otherwise, you don't need any weights. So forehead resting on your hands. Press the hips into the mat. Start off by lifting the upper body up and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Keep the legs pressed into the mat. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Resting down. Lift both legs up. Small flutter kicks. If you want to make it harder, lift the upper body up as well. Small kicks back and forth. Squeezing the glutes. Pinching the shoulders back if your upper body's up. For 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Squeeze the legs together, lift both legs up and lower, lift and lower. 3, 4, 5. Keep the legs squeezed together. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep the legs up, twist the toes out, and then we're going to tap the heels together. So toes are pointing out. This helps to activate the glutes more, especially the abductor. So the gluteus medius. That's on the outside of the hip here. Good, we have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Then we're gonna bring the arms out to the side. Keep the legs pressed into the mat. We're gonna lift the arms up, pinch your shoulders together, and lower. Lifting up and lower. Lift and lower. Good, 5 more. 4, 3, 2, really good for the back. And last one. And then we're gonna bring the hands up by your side, grabbing the weights if you have them. Otherwise, don't use any weights. Press the legs into the mat, tuck the chin in. Lift the upper body up, squeeze the shoulders together, and lower. Lifting up, pinch the shoulders, and lower. Lift, and lower. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, put the weights to the side. And then we're gonna bend the knees, bring the knees apart, bring the soles of the feet together, lift the thighs up off the mat and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Straighten the legs out. Bring the arms out in front of you. Tuck the chin in. Lift up the right leg and the left arm. And lower. Left leg, right arm. And lower. Keep alternating each side. Good. Try to lift the leg up as high as you can. Keep the chin tucked in. Good, 1 more on each side. And then hands under the shoulders. Press the hips into the mat. Lifting the upper body up into a cobra stretch. So whichever you prefer here, either coming onto the forearms or coming onto the extended arms, whichever your mobility allows you to do. Lower back down, we'll do that once more. Lifting up. And then once more into a child's pose. And then we'll come onto our elbow with the legs extended. If you want to make it easier, bend the bottom knee, but try just to do a few with the legs fully extended if you can. So starting off, we're going to make sure the elbow is directly under the shoulder or slightly closer to you. You don't want the arm out here. So we're going to lift the hips up nice and high and lower, lift and lower. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Then for the next few, I'm going to bend the bottom knee. Feel free to keep the leg straight if you want to make it harder. Lifting up, lift the top leg, big circles forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. Hips up, big circles the opposite direction. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower down. Hips up nice and high. Lift the top leg up, cycling forward for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower down. So one more on this side. Hips up, cycling backwards for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. All the way, grab the top of the ankle, stretching out the quads on the left. Tucking the rib cage down towards your hips. And then we'll switch over to the opposite side. Starting off with the legs straight just for the first 2. Hand on your top hip. Legs in a straight line. Lifting the hips up and lower for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep the hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. And then if you want to keep the legs straight to make it harder, otherwise bending the bottom knee. So when you bend the bottom knee, make sure you're in a straight line. So you don't want the knee way up here. So you don't want to be lifting up like this. You want the leg to be in line with the other leg. Lifting the hips up, top leg up, big circles forward for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower. Lifting up, big circles the opposite direction. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Only 2 left. Hips up, top leg up, cycling forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower down. Last one. Hips up, top leg up, cycle backwards for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower down. All the way, grabbing the top of the ankle, stretching out the quads on the opposite leg. Letting go of the ankle. Then we'll come onto our back to stretch out the legs. So hugging the right knee into your chest. Shoulders are relaxed. Right arm out to the side, bringing the right leg across into a spinal twist. Back to the center, left knee into the chest, shoulders relaxed. Left arm out to the side, bringing the left leg across the body into a spinal twist. Back to the center, cross the right ankle over the left knee, grab behind the left thigh, pulling the knee into your chest. If this is really stiff for you, you can keep the leg down and just press into the right leg to stretch out the hip here. Otherwise, try to grab behind if you can. But you shouldn't be up like this. You should be resting back. Shoulders should be relaxed. Switching over, grab behind the opposite leg. Left foot down, keep holding onto the right leg, straightening up the right leg to stretch the hamstrings on the right side. And then switching over. And then we'll just finish off stretching out the hip flexors. So if you're working from home, you're probably sitting a good bit. So it's a muscle that we tend to neglect and we don't stretch it so much. So really important, you want to imprint the spine. So tuck your hips under and then maintain that position as you lean forward. Make sure you don't arch, because the hip flexors, the psoas muscle starts in your back and then comes around to the front. So if you arch your back, you lose the stretch on that muscle. Then we're going to reach across with the right arm to increase the stretch. Switching over. So imprinting the spine, then leaning forward. Reaching over with the left arm. Keeping that imprint. Hopefully you're feeling that down the front of the left leg. Back to the center, and then we'll finish with that.